Is cheating really bad? What is cheating really? For some of you all who have been following me for a while, you know that I've been on a healing journey. And while on that healing journey, one of the first things that happened was God said he was going to give me his eyes and he was going to give me his ears. And he did. And when he did, he put me in front of those eyes and in front of those ears. And I didn't like what I saw and I didn't like what I heard. So I went deeper within this journey to change myself and become more appealing as a person in God's eyesight. And one of the things that I did was rededicate myself back to Christ. I said to myself, I'm your bride. I'm your bride. You're my husband. Yeah, that's one of the parts of the Bible everybody looks over. As your bride, I have been fornicating, giving my body, my mind, and my soul to everything but you. I have expected you to protect me. I have expected you to bless me. I have expected you to do everything in my life while I do everything against this union. So, I rededicated myself back to God. I rededicated myself. I got burnt up for God. I have a book. I started dating it and timing it. And I started spending time with God. I started writing down all of my thoughts. I started journaling everything. I started basking in the love of God and in the union and in him taking me back through all of my food. I was really committed. I was really excited and thankful and grateful that God had given me a second chance. Through everything that I had put the union through the first time, I got a second chance. And I was excited. God, I will not let you down. I am going to talk better, do better. I'm about to be modest. I am about to do this. I am going to make you so proud of me and so glad that you took me back. And in the middle of my excitement and my rededication and my commitment, my earthly temptation walked through the door. And I'm sure a lot of you all want to know what my earthly temptation is. I'm sure a lot of you all think you know what my earthly temptation is. I've been told that my earthly temptation has to be a man with money. Correction. My earthly temptation has always been a man with power. Has nothing to do with money. Never did. Now, usually, men with power have money. So that may be the confusion for most of you all. But it's always been about the power. See, because a man with power, when he walks to the right side of the right side of the room is in his command. When he walks to the left side of the left side of the room is in his command. I see how people look at him. I see how people talk to him. Everything around him respects him, reveres him, and holds him in high esteem. That's the power that's always been attractive to me. See, you have all the money in the world, but no power. You have all the power in the world and have everything at your command. Everything. A man with power. So while I'm observing his power, I have gotten lost in the razzle-dazzle. I'm looking at him work through a crowd. I'm looking how everybody responds to him. And I like it. And the adversary knows what our temptations are. So eventually, the power walks over to me. And that's where I shocked myself. See, I had just rededicated myself to God. And I had just said that I'm done with this and I'm done with that. And when the power walked over to me with the razzle-dazzle, I shocked myself for how far I went. When I say I went far, I went so far I shocked me. God had just taken me back. He just took me back. I was writing every day and I was talking to him every day and I was basking in the glory of God's grace. He had just took my fornicating, adulterous, sinful self back. This is my second chance to prove that I am better than I was. And here I am, worse than the first time. And he just took me back. I stopped talking to God. I stopped writing. I couldn't believe myself. And here's where God's grace gets interesting. He came to me one night and he said, foolish child. See, that's why I say Alpha and Omega. He's everything in between. He loves you like a father, a husband, a friend, a companion. That's why I say God is so big. Y'all was sitting there trying to figure out whether God is a woman and God is a man. God is Alpha and Omega. Told you who it was. He's father, he's husband, he's mother. He's everything you need. Everything that's inside of you, God is. Yes. Mother, father, friend, companion, husband, wife. God is all that. So guess what? He said, you foolish child. You really thought that when you got ready to stop sinning, you just gonna be able to. I say yes. He said you thought you were gonna have all these bad habits all this time. And when you got ready to, because you wanted to, you were just gonna cold turkey sin. Because you really thought that you can form bad habits over the entirety of your life. But when you get ready to, you can just stop when you want to. And see, in that moment, God helped me to understand what cheating really was. Not only what cheating really was, God helped me to forgive some people. See, this generation of people, go around forming bad habits. Really bad habits. We sleep with who we want to sleep with. We talk to who we want to talk to. We date who we want to date. We got multiple streams of love making, fornicating, all these different avenues. But when we meet the right person, we think we're really going to cold turkey all our bad habits. See, we honestly think that we have the opportunity to form all of these bad habits, but for the right person, we are just going to put them all away. And we really mean it. See, that's how he was able to help me forgive some people. Because I really meant it. In my rededication to God, in my reconnecting and reevaluating, and I really meant it. I really wanted to put away all that bad junk and really be burned up for God. My habits. See, sometimes it's not even about, we always trying to figure out how he cheat with her. Like, he got me. How did he end up cheating on me with her? It was habitual. That's his habit. He's been with this woman. Not just that one woman, that type of woman. That's his type. Whether he liked it or not. That's who he's been dealing with all this time. And when he got the desires of his heart, which is you, a wife, the woman that he always wanted, he honestly thought that he was going to be able to go with you and be with you forever. And what he's been habitually doing wasn't going to ever affect him. And that's how foolish most of us are when it comes to relationships. See, I went and rekindled my relationship with God. And all powerful God. And I let earthly power tempt me. Because that's my temptation. That's what I've been doing. Yeah. The reason God wanted me to share this testimony is because we got to start forming better habits so we can stop hurting and injuring people and falling back into our habits. See, some of the times that you are being cheated on don't have anything to do with you. They are bad habits. This person is falling back into their habits. They have been doing this their entire life. They just fall back. It's easy to fall back into the old you. Think about it. We're in relationships right now. If I text you Monday and we sound good to one another, I text you Tuesday and we sound good to one another, but Wednesday and Thursday you are dry. By Friday, I'm about to replace you with 2 or 3 different people. And for some of you all who want to be married, how can that be the habit that you form? And you think that you're not going to do that inside your marriage. And see, that's who you habitually are. And that's what you habitually have been doing. These are your habits. When somebody make you mad, don't worry about it. I'll replace you with a few more. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not asking the men nor the women to live in a state of delusion where someone who is non-monogamous and lets know that they are non-monogamous with you expects monogamy from you. No, I'm not asking anybody to be that kind of delusional. Yeah, I was almost that kind of delusional just a little while ago. I'm not asking anybody to be that kind of delusional. But I am saying, form some better habits. Form some good habits. When you and your counterpart are at odds, instead of habitually going to talk to somebody else, habitually learn to be still. See, that's a good form of habit right there that a lot of us haven't learned. Learn to be still. Learn to say nothing. Learn to be still. Be quiet. And be cool. See, these are habits none of us have. Yeah. When our husband ain't acting right, I know who will act right. I know who about to act right. I know who to call gonna act right. What if this whole time we think that we've been being cheated on when all it is falling back into bad habits? These people can't get out of their habits. We can't get out of our habits.